Okay, his ability is incredible. What is happening? Oh, that thing's so much bigger. It seems designed to make Padawans give up. I wonder if you'll see like a skeleton of a Padawan in here. Yoda? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to Rebels episode 9 and 10. Now, after the last episode, I'm so excited to get into this now. Last episode left off in a very plot-heavy episode dealing with Ezra and where his parents could be, the fact that they might be alive. And of course, it also dealt with building up Hera and Sabine, which is something I've been wanting for so long, and now they've actually been built as characters, so it feels like this is the perfect time to go into more plot-heavy stuff. It leaves off with the Grand Inquisitor chasing them in the Ghost, so I'm assuming that's where this is going to pick up now. Callus felt like the villain of the last episode, so now it's going to go into the Inquisitor, I would assume. But with the way the last episode worked, I feel like it's going to set up Ezra having to choose between the crew, the Ghost crew, and his parents, and finding out that info. I feel like that's going to set something up. It's going to test his loyalty. They made it so obvious that his issue is self-preservation and thinking for himself and how to protect himself. Right now, I feel like that could be interpreted in getting information that he needs to feel good, to be happy. Empire Day is his birthday. He feels awful. And now the one thing that could make him feel happy is finding out what actually happened to his parents. Because it feels like they set it up perfectly to test his loyalty with the group with this nice bait of information that could be finding out what happened to his family. Like the last episode even set up some dark side tendencies with his training, where he wanted to use the lightsaber to slash a cat. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this does. I feel like it's going to play with it a lot. And since it's halfway through, I feel like they could do anything. There's not really anything I can go by to safely and confidently say he's going to choose the right thing. But like, he could easily choose the dark side thing. It's his parents. He could easily, if someone, I don't know, he could easily turn against the group just to find out his parents. It's such a powerful motivator. It'll be incredible if he chooses the crew, but if it comes down to it, I feel like if they wanted to have him find out about stuff his parents, I feel like they're going to pit him against the crew. It's got to be what happens. He feels distant from the group in the last episode. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like the last episode set it up so well that it's going to be a test of his loyalty. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description, of them uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in. Ooh, only one eye shines through. Oh! Yes, please do. Oh, the whole place is fried. Okay, at least you find him. You said down, not dead. I'm happy with that. But I don't like how his little corpse is just like that. Oh, there's so many more. What can you do? Just escape with hyperdrive, maybe?
Didn't you hear Hera?
Didn't you hear Sibo? He said he knows what happened to your...
Okay, so you're not going.
They're dead, so go.
He believes they're dead, but they could be alive. You're not happy with that. I feel like she has a connection, that kind of thing.
Are my parents dead?
But he doesn't want her to know. He had to do it alone. Again, there's a rift between him and the crew because of this information.
Because his cybernetic implant has downloaded half the Empire's secret.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see why that's important.
Yeah.
Let's get him out of here.
Hyperdrive, hyperdrive, hyperdrive.
The troopers came. They took Mira and Ephraim Bridger away.
Took.
Where did they take them?
Forgive Sibo. Forgive him.
Forgive you?
What?
Could not raise Ezra Bridger.
Coward.
Wait, okay.
You could have stopped them. Why didn't you stop them?
Are they alive? Okay, no, he's gone.
Shields down! Ezra, I need you in the cockpit!
Go, go.
My parents trusted you and you failed them and you failed me.
Anger.
I'll never forgive you for that.
Dark side. Okay, he was afraid and he's just gone. That is dark side. This is such a good, interesting thing to do. What is that? What? No. Oh, that's so a tracker. That's such a tracker.
Ezra, nav computer's offline. The chopper down, I need you to fix it.
Ah, great. That thing controls hyperdrive. You can't go anywhere.
Make it fast, or this ship becomes a real ghost.
Yeah, oh, great. That's lovely. Okay. Okay. See, there's so much dark side setup. There's so much. It feels negative with what Ezra's going through.
Fast as I...
Fast travel over interstellar distances. Hyperspace is optimal.
Engineer.
What is he doing?
Fixing it. Engineer. Productivity. The Empire's gonna help you here.
Believe it. Hang on.
Okay, so that worked. Oh, that looked cool how the Star Destroyers were like bending.
Sibo just signal hyperspace coordinates directly to my ship.
That would be my guess.
Where's he taking you though?
I think you saved our lives.
It's an Imperial
This is
device.
the first time for everything.
What coordinates did he input into the thingy?
I still sense the Jedi and his Padawan within my grasp.
Yeah, there we go. I love that you can sense them. It's so like, it's such a good like predator-prey type thing. Someone help this guy. He's just a computer at this point.
Advance as a Jedi if you can't be honest. With yourself, at least.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Teach him about the dark side and the light side and all that.
The Imperials encourage these implants, but they're not mandatory. Not yet.
Oh, what?
Must have volunteered. And then he uploaded their secrets and ran.
Did that on purpose?
He said the Empire can track the ghost.
Oh!
Imperial XX-23 S-Threat Tracker was developed by Sinar Systems to trace ships through hyperspace.
At least they know about it. That's good. You good? Oh, yeah. Okay, he's fine. Yeah, he's perfectly fine. What's he saying?
Grumbling and find that tracker, you rust bucket.
So is Chopper like an astromech? Is he like the same type of thing R2-D2 is? Can he go outside the ship and get rid of it?
The good news is the tracer's actually on the hull of the Phantom.
You're gonna ditch the Phantom.
It'll allow us to detach the Phantom and lure the Imperials away from the Ghost.
Okay, nice, but then the Phantom is gonna have to deal with the Star Destroyer.
You can modify the hyperspace coordinates.
I could.
Then we can pass by the asteroid field where the old clone base is.
What?
The base with the nasties who live in the shadows?
Oh, that place again?
The Inquisitor is on our trail, and as long as Ezra and I are on board the Ghost, we're jeopardizing Sibo.
Wait, so
So
you...
I gotta leave the ghost and
So it's both of you.
As a favor to all of us. And don't worry, I'll be right beside you.
He doesn't like it. It's good that this is basically a facade. This isn't exactly what he thinks. He just doesn't want to face the true feelings that he's quite sad about everything. That's light.
Do you really believe they're dead?
Yes. No, I don't know. Does it matter?
Why does Sabine care?
You have to talk to Sibo before we go.
She has parental issues, doesn't she?
Once Hera takes him away, you may never see Sibo again.
Maybe that's for the best.
What? How can you...
There's no way she would be fighting this hard about something that doesn't affect her.
If I let myself believe they'd come back and save me, I'd never have learned how to survive.
Good point.
You ready? Okay.
And off they go. You definitely have issues with this. There's stuff going on with... I like that scene basically built on whatever Sabine's going through as well.
Ready for separation.
Copy that, Ghost.
5.
How is this gonna go? Have we seen this before? Something separate from something while in hyperspace?
Detach.
Oh, that does not look pleasant. No. Oh, dear. Ooh, in space bent around that. Yeah, you're basically going light speed outside of the coordinates, so that's not good. And you're slowing down from light speed. Nice to know it's possible, though.
The tracker indicates the rebel ship has emerged from hyperspace. Should we...
At once.
Okay, so it is tricking him. Excellent.
You remember the nasty creatures Hera and Sabine found here? I'm gonna need you to connect with them like I was trying to teach you before.
Really? A cat to this thing?
But I figure it's learning like you do best. By surviving.
Yes, okay, you're going into it. Then you still gotta figure out the whole light side, dark side thing. If he learns it through fear, that wouldn't be that great. So is he meant to connect with all of them? Because there are a bunch in here.
I'll get the tracking device off the Phantom. You go make some new friends.
Yeah, dear. I mean, this is one way to teach. They're moving away. Are they not interested? Are they hunting? Here we go. Now they're interested. They're cautious this time, though.
Force. One with the Force. One with the Force.
I feel like he's too afraid. You need to let the force move through him.
Force. One with the Force.
This ain't working. This isn't gonna work. He's gonna leg it.
Let go. I can't.
He's giving in to fear.
Don't be afraid.
He has to overcome the fear to do it. That would be good. What are you afraid of then?
I'm afraid of knowing.
No.
I'm afraid of the truth.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgive you, Sibo.
Oh, wait. Did he fix that from that far away?
I'm sorry. Forgive me. For everything.
Okay, his ability is incredible. To reach that far, are you doing nothing? Is he controlling all of them? Yes, okay, this is shockingly powerful. They're just sat like good, okay, wow.
Sibo's mind is clearer now, but it is difficult. So much information inside Sibo.
Okay, so Ezra really did something there from all that distance away.
Sibo access file on Ezra Bridger's parents. Sibo knows Bridger's fate.
What is it? What is it?
Tell me, and I'll tell Ezra.
Don't cut away. Don't cut away. Why? Okay, but the whole, so that was, okay. So it was entirely an accident. He just went onto the the Bridger file, found it, downloaded everything. Is that saying something? Is that maybe more important than it seems? Why did Bridger trigger everything? I really hope the creatures destroy these guys. It'd be so much fun.
The rebel ship is inside.
Keep them contained. I want them alive.
Why? Why do you want them alive?
Steady. Sir, they're over here.
Here we go. Can the Inquisitor control creatures too?
They're not alone.
Yep. Excellent. How many do you have? Because you still killed a bunch of them. Oh, great. You still got to deal with this. Okay, you took out all the stormtroopers, but now it's just this guy.
Guess if you want something done right.
You can't take him. You can't take him. Can you take him? I don't think so. One hand behind his back. Oh, no. He's got this. Ezra's still going. Great. No, he's too calm. He's got this. Oh, no. That was a bad move. Aye! Oh no, the Grand Inquisitor is enjoying this way too much. You're out?
Your meager training is nothing in the face of true power.
Yeah, he's not trained enough. How can he develop?
You're not going near him.
Amazing. Great. No, that's not good.
Your devotion to your master is admirable.
Ooh.
It will not save you. Nothing can.
This is so cool. The lighting on his face. It's amazing. Oh no. Oh dear. Are you gonna die? You can't die.
Good, go. Unleash your anger.
He's making him go into the dark side.
I will teach you what your master could not.
Oh, well, you really are trying to recruit him.
No!
Your master will die.
No!
Your friends will die.
Oh, this is gonna trigger dark side stuff. There's nowhere else to go.
No!
What are you doing? This dark side? What is this? Something's happening. Stop your floating gravel. What is happening? Oh, that thing's so much bigger. Ah, great. That is such an awesome shot. Smile's gone. Oh, this is incredible. I cannot tell if this is Darkseid. Was that done through fear or bravery? And, okay, down. What about the creature? Is it the... No. Creature's still going after him. Good. What about your lightsaber, though? I'm so, like, what the... How powerful is Ezra? This is just without training. He's barely trained, yet he was able to do that. The whole weird connecting with creatures thing. That didn't happen. He just did that, and he was able to do that.
I feel so cold.
Cold.
It's okay. We're leaving.
It could be Darkseid. Darkseid would give him the power boost, wouldn't it? Fear of losing. That could have been something. You got it back. Excellent. Oh, this is definitely going to make him want Ezra so much more. Oh, okay, it's running away. You failed very much here. Oh no, that could break through the shoe. Oh, thank you, I'm so glad that he's good at that. Leg it. Go. Fly the ship. It's gone. Blow up the ship. Yes. And they're stranded. Great. How are you in the face of defeat?
My master will not be pleased.
And that's all you think. Okay. So much to think about there with Ezra and just being able to do all that and feeling cold afterwards. Was that Darkseid?
I saved us?
You did.
How?
If your will isn't strong enough, when you open yourself to the Force, become vulnerable to the dark side.
It was.
Your anger and fear caused that giant creature to attack.
Yes.
I don't remember it.
Would it be like Mace? Because Mace was able to reach into the dark side and use it, but he never turned to the dark side.
Powers are growing so quickly you weren't prepared. I didn't teach you what you needed to know.
Yes, start doing the more spiritual side of stuff with the dark and the light and all of that. Teaching him techniques, but not actually what the Force is about. This leads to this sort of issues.
Ezra, I have something to...
Ezra needs a little time to himself right now.
No, give the news. Tell someone.
We need to talk.
Darkseid, what are you talking about? Okay, there's so much information going on. It'd be so interesting if he does end up in the dark side. It'd be very, like, out of field way to go for him.
Rough couple of days.
Yeah, it's been strange.
And you coming to bond with him?
I have just what you need. It's the holodisc from your old house.
Oh.
Mom?
Oh.
Dad?
You got him a picture of his family!
Happy birthday, Ezra Bridger.
Okay, yeah, so, wow, okay, that's wonderful. Definitely says a lot about her, though. She definitely has parental stuff, considering how much she fought for Ezra to want to find out. She has issues there. There's something going on with her parents. That is incredible that she got him like a picture of his family. But still, he hasn't learned about the family or the dark side conversation. I need info and answers and Okay, that episode was great. Just looking at how that was a mid-season thing. Yes, it focused on the Grand Inquisitor. Didn't do the thing that I thought it would, making him choose between finding out versus him giving up the crew. But it did go into the dark side stuff. So he is... Because, yeah, his training is so weird compared to people we know. He doesn't know the aspects of the Force, but he's still being taught to reach into it. He doesn't know what dangers lie in that. Going into the dark side, having that take over him. Technically, he's learning about it from the Inquisitor as well. He could still learn from him. Just from their conversations, knowing about the dark side. That's still teaching him some stuff. Like, his power is insane. Just seeing how all the gravel or rocks started floating as he connected with this creature. It's so interesting how fast his power is growing. What is his midichlorian count? Is that like something super high? Like, I'm assuming it's not like Anakin level high, but maybe still up there for being able to do all this kind of stuff so quickly with very little training. He just kind of did the ability to control the creatures and then goes and does something like that. Yes, it was through the dark side, but he also connected to the other guy with the implant thing and freed him from it and made him a bit more sane. So all of these feats are incredibly impressive, and I need info on what on earth this is going on. What is so special about him that he's able to do all this? But yeah, then Sabine, I felt like this episode did a lot with her, just again with subtlety. She is fighting very hard for Ezra to find out what happened to his parents. That tells me a lot. No one is that invested in someone else's issues unless it affects them as well. She isn't that close with him, so it's not like a friend trying to think of what's best for them. This is like the first time we've seen them be close, and it's like she's fought for a lot for him. So she definitely, so this thing that Ezra is going through hits close to home for her. She has issues with her parents. It feels like Ezra has the chance to find out what happened to his parents. Maybe Sabine doesn't have that. Maybe her parents are dead as well, and she never got to find out what happened to them. So given the chance, if she was in Ezra's shoes, she'd jump at the chance to find out what happened to her parents. And maybe that is what's happening there. Then, of course, Kanan. I feel like this developed him in the sense that it needed to teach him how to teach Ezra. Right now, he was basically just teaching him how to use the Force and not actually about it. Now he can start doing that. So that's like the biggest thing that he needs to learn from this. All of it's been ability. Now he needs to teach him the dangers of it and what it actually is, what it can do, what is the Force. Because Ezra, all he's been doing is the abilities. He doesn't know anything about it. This is Kanan's job, so hopefully this awakens that side of the conversation. But then I guess you also touched on the Fulcrum side of the story, whoever that is. It's building up to something. Hera has connections to whoever this individual is. They have whatever's going on. They've been able to give intel, or they've been assigning missions to them. So there is another look into the rebellion and that whole side of things. And that's who you gave the very big info stuff on. And I guess Hera did meet them, so she must be able to trust them then. Because she met them at the dock to hand over, I've completely forgotten his name, the Rhodian. So someone you can trust very well to be able to give that kind of information to, because it affects the planet that they're basically on, I think, a lot more. It was everything the Empire's doing. But yeah, I love this for like a midway season thing. It did so much. It did it after or getting to know the characters, dealing with the more plot-heavy stuff, and going back to focus on Ezra. And now it sets up more stuff, dealing with him having to learn about the Force and all its aspects, I guess, in a more healthy way. I will be interested to see how they do it, because they can't do it like the old Jedi did. It's going to be so interesting to see how he does learn about the aspects of the Force, considering the old Jedi are gone. Yeah, hopefully that gets touched on in the next episode. It feels like the most important thing. They've planted seeds to other things, but I feel like the most important thing to do is Ezra's training. Considering how powerful he's getting, it's going to have more and more frequently that he's going to start dipping into the dark side. So you need to teach him that quickly. So hopefully that'll be in the next episode.
Ezra, you in there?
Nope, no Ezra's in here.
Grumpy, yay. So where is he then? Just running through the wheat fields? What are you doing? Are you running away? Oh no, you're running back to the ship. What's that? That looks awesome. Oh, there's other things in the holocron. Awesome, so it isn't just Kenobi's message.
How's with Sabine? So you can invite me in?
What were you doing with Sabine?
Now I have to know if you are ready.
I am ready. Wait, ready for what?
For a test.
What test?
One that could determine if you're meant to be a Jedi or not.
Really? There's a test for that? I think Jedi just saw a Force-sensitive baby and just chucked him into the whole thing.
I never said you were a Jedi. I said you had the potential to become one, but you lack discipline.
This is the issues that you need to teach.
You're lucky I'm not my master. He'd never let you get away with
All the things you tried to get away with?
You want a second chance or not?
Go into your past. Bond over this, please.
Now go prep the Phantom.
As you say, Master.
Okay, so is it a solo episode with these two?
I might regret this.
You have to do this, Kanan. After what happened on the asteroid, you have to help him.
Yes.
Hope I can.
I know you can.
Okay, but you still have to share the news. You found out what happened to his parents. That hasn't been said yet. That's either going to be good or bad news. And that's going to affect him differently. Good news? Yay. Bad news? That could be dark-sidedness stuff. That we don't know how that could affect him yet. So this test, I would assume you're doing it before you tell him, just to be sure what he would end up doing with his force potential.
10,000 Jedi Knights defending the galaxy. Now, we are few.
Few, not none.
The Empire sought out these temples and destroyed many of them.
Yeah.
But not all.
You know where some are?
Let the Force guide you to one of them.
What if I can't find...
Why wouldn't the Empire do that as well? I'm sure Vader would be able to sense where that stuff is. You're picking up the cat. The cat sense you?
It was different for me, Ezra. Everything was different back then.
Yeah, what test is this?
Only my connection to the Force can lead me to the temple.
He can be taught.
Okay, good. Positive, positive.
With a tunnel, I think. And a
Already?
bright star inside of it.
Right, star. So you found it.
And it's right here, on Lothal.
You sure?
Really?
I can't give you the coordinates, but I can direct us there.
Okay, that's convenient. On the planet that seems to have a lot going on. And there's a Jedi temple here. That looks weird. All the other hills are like bumpy. That one looks spiky.
Autopilot disengaged.
You already knew.
Oh.
And it told you there was a Jedi temple on Lothal?
The holocron holds extensive star maps, but I was as surprised as you.
What else does it have? Because what else how much does that thing hold? Is it so? It's not only the Kenobi message, but also star maps.
Of course, I couldn't be sure this is where you were meant to be, but
Oh, it's cold here. Where are you?
the Empire has access to all the old Jedi records. They may know about this temple and have it under surveillance.
Oh yeah, good point. Because they're using bodies of Jedi for bait. They could easily use the temples for bait as well. Oh, okay. Wait, are you like in the South or North Pole? You're in the pole of the planet. That's cool. Found a circle. Wait, is there a door somewhere? Like what?
No sign of an entrance. Not even...
How come it looks like it's bursting through the ground rather than being part of it?
Don't look. Listen. Use the Force to hear the stone and its story.
It looks like it's burst out of the ground. That seems kind of evident of some weirdness.
Wait, not me. Us. Master and Padawan.
Okay.
Then together it shall be.
So there's specifically a temple for master and training. Ooh. Shaking. Spinning? What on earth is this thing? And the rocks are moving, so this is just coming out of the earth. Is that a door? Oh, it is, not just a cave, it's actually a thingy.
Don't lose focus. We don't want this thing crashing down on us.
Okay, so do they have to like stay constantly in mind of using the Force? Oh, there's lines everywhere. What is this? Is this whole thing like man-made? And it looks naturally into the ground. That's pretty impressive. This place feels sad now. Ah, woo. And you just closed the door.
You lost focus.
Well, dead guys are distracting.
Okay, so they all just died like that. Wow.
I have plenty of faith. Faith you'll keep me on track.
I'm not going with you.
What?
It's a test for you.
With them. Masters whose Padawans never return.
Oh, what? What? That's horrifying.
Good luck.
So you're gonna stay here if he doesn't come back and just rot like the others?
Nothing and everything. That doesn't help.
Yeah, that's super specific.
That's what my master told me.
Okay, but was your master good or not? We've seen what other masters look like, Luminara. So what on earth is your master like? Was she good at what she did? Like, is that a good way to teach? Because you're just gonna copy exactly what she did.
Lothrat, Lothcat, Lothwolf run. Pick a path and all is done.
Really? That's how you're choosing?
What?
What happened to having faith in me?
Why are you there?
Come on.
I'm confused. Why?
I told you we might not have much time. The Empire.
What's happening? Great. What on earth is this place?
Inquisitor.
I felt a disturbance in the Force the moment the Jedi decided to bring you here.
Uh,
Who dies first?
what? I'm lost.
I'll die before I let you harm the boy.
How reasonable.
Interesting. Very dramatic. Is this weirdness? I don't know. Hearing him here, it feels weird. First, Kanan was shut out, and then he just runs by. And now this guy's here. Weirdness is happening. If he dies, it's weirdness. Then how could an illusion do that? What could it mean? They're so fast! Kanan's doing better than normal. This is an illusion. Oop. Ah. Is he gonna die? It's an illusion. Now what are you gonna do?
Kanan, no!
This place is awful. I'm very traumatic.
Kanan,
So he called himself Cain.
When did he hit the floor?
you pay! I swear you'll pay!
That's dark side revenge. And if this is an illusion, okay. If this is an illusion, no.
Someone's not quite ready to become a Jedi and never will be.
Like, what happens if you do end up dying in here? Yeah, just go down. That seems like the only way. How far? Okay, this is weird. Oh, yep, this is all kinds of trippy weirdness.
I don't think we'll be seeing him again, which is too bad.
Doubt.
It's too bad because he had skills that were useful to our cause.
Knew there was a reason.
The distrust.
After all, he's just a little kid. Scared, alone.
Yep, everything he doesn't want to hear, but everything he fears that they think of him.
How long do you think he was listening?
Long enough.
Nothing personal, kid.
Okay, not malicious.
I'm not back on the ghost. I couldn't be.
Well, that's just
crazy talk. You're standing here, aren't you?
This is a very convincing illusion. Yeah, Inquisitors here, yeah. So they could show Kanan being stabbed, but not all of them. Yep, all dead. This is so trippy and so traumatizing. This is, is this like Yoda's whole thing where he was facing his darkness on the other planet? Then there's also like Luke facing like Vader and then himself beneath the mask in Dagobah. Is the door opening? I can't tell. Oh, guess it did. You hit the ground. I can't. What on earth is going? Looks like you're back in the temple at least.
I'm in the temple. I knew it.
So you passed because it's letting you realize that it was an illusion.
Kanan, where are you?
There's no skeletons. You're not in that same room.
The Inquisitor killed him. Or was that an illusion too?
Of course it was.
Either way, I'm trapped. No way I get this open on my own.
You need to use the Force to see which direction you go.
Abandoned. Again.
This room's designed to make Padawans give up. I wonder if you'll see like a skeleton of a Padawan in here.
Been alone before. Survived. I can survive this.
Excellent.
Maybe Kanan's not dead. Maybe he's just injured. He might need my help in there.
Good. Positive. Awesome. Red light. Great.
Perceptive.
Right, are you aware of the illusion?
All that was definitely an illusion.
It may have been, but I assure you, I am not.
Are you? I don't know anymore.
If I follow my training.
Ready to die, boy?
No, he's an illusion. Is he? I don't know actually. Oh dear.
Your master lies dead and rotting in a forgotten tunnel.
I honestly don't know. This is doing such a good job at putting you in the illusion. Is he actually here or not? He's not here? He's not here. Where'd you go? Okay, lighter place. Nice. So he's gone. Okay, that is so trippy. Where are you now, though? Is this whole room an illusion?
Years have you faced, young one,
What?
for what lies ahead. Ready are you?
Yoda?
See more clearly what you could not see.
He's on Dagobah. Is this going to be some mean illusion? I am so lost right now. That is... We've seen that, I think. Dagobah, Force, Ghost, Yoda ain't dead yet. Back to Kanan.
Kid's taking too long.
Have you been here before?
Remember you nothing of your own training?
Master Yoda.
At the...
Losing it.
Losing. Lost.
Okay, so he's actually here. It's not an illusion.
No, I am here because you are here.
Okay, I'll choose to trust it. He's not in the room or the illusion, but he's in the temple though, and you close the temple. So maybe the illusion spreads to this room.
I've taken on an apprentice.
Apprentice. And now master, are you?
He's not a master though.
I'm not sure of my decision to train Ezra. Not because of him or his abilities.
Because of you.
Because of me. Because of who I am.
Because you're not a master. You lost your master. You never got that far through your training. So is Yoda just trying to make it easier for this guy to go through the thing?
Kanan said I was gonna be tested, but he never said what for or why.
Yeah.
And your master tell you everything, must he?
So Yoda's teaching him a bit. So much weirdness with the light. It's really cool. And oh wait, is Yoda leaving?
I feel as if his abilities are growing faster than I can teach him.
Yeah.
You sense or you feel?
Interesting.
I lost my way for a long time.
You lost your way.
I won't let him lose his way. Not like I did.
What did you do? What do you mean lost your way? You seem very much close to Jedi, just not fully Jedi. How could you lose your way?
Tell me,
That's weird. What is that?
why must you become Jedi?
I don't know, I guess because Kanan believes I can.
And you?
Asking the good questions. Well done, Yoda.
Power you seek.
I'd make the Empire suffer for everything it did.
Revenge.
Kanan would never. He's a good master, a great master.
So that's what you want deep down.
And not just them, everyone. I'll protect everyone.
Okay, better.
But Kanan and the rest, they don't think like that. They help people.
So less revenge, more avenge, but through protecting others.
Feel, yes. How?
Feel alive, like I do now.
Good.
What is this room? It looks weird.
A difficult path there is, Padawan. A Jedi you may yet be.
Okay, great, but what on earth is this happening? Pretty. This is an awesome shot. What is happening? Wait, is that? Can you touch it? Is this part of the illusion or not? That's a kyber crystal. This is the test? You had it so much harder than the younglings we've seen.
How are you?
Different.
Is it still there?
I know what you mean.
Found this.
Okay, it's real.
That's a kyber crystal.
Oh, wow. What's a kyber?
There we go, yep.
It's a lightsaber crystal.
So he can get his own one now. So finally getting him a better weapon than the thingy, the slingshot.
I was just thinking, shouldn't we use it as a base or something? Who knows what else is in there?
Seems very tricky.
I know what's in there. The past.
Okay, good. So yeah, that is the old order, but somehow Yoda managed to get in there and talk to you through it. Awesome.
He's been working on that thing for weeks. What kind of luck?
Time jump, he's making it now.
Modulation circuits, an energy gate. Chopper even donated a power cell.
Yay.
Thought I'd let you check it out first.
That looks weird. Looks like a staple gun.
Well, it's different, but that seems about right for you.
That's such an interesting looking lightsaber. That's awesome. Okay. And ending. Okay, that was so good. I really loved that episode, just going into all the Jedi stuff and just getting Ezra feeling more like a Jedi. Because Kanan, his teaching and stuff is so iffy because he's not a master. His training ended while he was still a Padawan. So it makes it so difficult for him to teach. Now it feels like it's on a better course because you have Yoda coming into it all. That is just like mind blah. Yeah, so it's good getting a full idea of what Ezra wants out of all this. It's not quite revenge, but it's close to it. Yoda seemed fine with it, so that seems good. And he passed the trial. So it seems like he wants the power to avenge and protect the people he cares about. That is good. That is Jedi-like. That's great. That's fine. But it is definitely close to the line when it comes to avenge and protect and revenge. So I do like that Yoda even saw that and made him think about it, but it's definitely not something that's completely solved through this episode. But I also really love getting to revisit like a temple again and just seeing like the old Jedi stuff. Because now this is with the Empire, those things are like long gone compared to Clone Wars. So it's just cool seeing how much they have around. And it's very convenient that one is on this main planet. But it's a very sneaky temple where it seems very much specific for this trial. But it does make me wonder, why is this here when the whole thing is kyber crystals are on the icy planet? Why is this one here when they have the other one to use? Of course, it can't be used right now because the Empire know about it and they're using it, I think, for the Death Star crystal. But like this one, why was this built to begin with? Why does it offer the reward of a kyber crystal by completing it? When that thing's whole thing was being on the icy planet. But yeah, Yoda being in this again, that was really cool, seeing him and hearing his voice. And I guess he was the lights. That, I feel like, paid a lot of attention to after he did the whole Force thing with the priestesses. Because I remember now that I think season 5 was when Clone Wars got cancelled. Then it got picked up for another season. Then the final season was done on Disney+. So the last time you would have seen Yoda before this would have been when he was with the Force priestesses and you saw the glowing lights and that sort of stuff. And you also saw it, I think, with Qui-Gon on Dagobah when he Qui-Gon directed him to go to the Force Priestesses. So I do like this tie-in where where Yoda is somehow able to use this stuff now and contact people through it. And it's nice to know that he isn't useless just being on Dagobah, that he's not just there waiting for Luke, he's actually doing something and actually involved with Jedi throughout the galaxy. And then Ezra actually getting the lightsaber at the end, that is so cool. They kept showing that he needs a new weapon, and now he has one. Love that. So the next episode better be him training to use it, because he can't get it straight away. He's going to need to learn how to do that, use that thing. But I just love that everyone sort of chipped in to make it, that that lightsaber basically has a part of the entire crew in it. It has Ezra's crystal. I'd assume Kanan's techniques or design, he's going to be using Kanan's training. And then you have Hera, Zeb, Chopper, and Sabine's tech that went into it. I love that when basically that is a part of them is all in that weapon. It feels so personal and unique, and the design, it looks so weird and cool, but that matches Ezra. It sets up how different of a Jedi he could be, because he doesn't have the training from the Order. He's completely different, and it makes me so excited for where his story will go, just considering how different he is. But I think really loved this episode. It was great development for Ezra, getting him into the right headspace of Jedi, and then it also did stuff with Kanan, just getting him to admit that he is afraid that he is not a good teacher because of where his training ended. And I love that he even got that lesson from Yoda. So his training is not finished, that's what this confirmed, and now it's up to him and Ezra to train them each other. So that is what they can do. As Master and Apprentice, they can both improve. Yeah, but it's still very interesting how pivotal this planet is becoming. So not only does it have a Jedi temple, but it's also going to have the mass production of TIE fighters in 6 weeks. Or that's probably closer now, since it took weeks for Ezra to make the lightsaber, so that's coming up fast. And it seems like the Empire wants a lot to do with this planet. So this planet is very important. The crew aren't leaving it. This is home base. And it just seems very weird and convenient that all this stuff is happening. This planet's going to be very important, isn't it? It's worrying. Okay, so first of all, I have to talk about Ezra. I love how this show is building him. He is such a different type of Jedi Padawan that we've never seen, and I love that they're actually going full into that. Like, having him struggle with the dark side simply because he doesn't know about it is such a cool way to do it. He is a Padawan trying to become a Jedi without the dogma and all the backing of the Jedi Order. It's such a cool way to just do this in general. We've seen it slightly with Luke, but he had the training of Yoda and Kenobi. They knew what they were doing. Kanan does not at all. He was still a Padawan when he lost his master. So it's so interesting getting to see Ezra go on this journey and having to do all of this stuff with a master who is unlike anything we've ever seen. His journey here was great. I love that we basically got to see him go through like the Kyber Crystal trial, get to face his fears, and he got through it very well. Like, I feel like the main illusion was the Grand Inquisitor, and he basically had to learn not to fear him. He had to just embrace that, yes, you could die from it. It was the, I guess, disattachment. No, it's just fear. He got over his fear of it. Then even when he got plopped down alone in the temple, he realized, okay, that's not an issue. I've been alone for ages and I've survived, so this isn't an issue. So good how they're using his life experience to shape him as a Jedi. And then of course you had the like Yoda helping thing where it was just going the extra mile and trying to figure out what kind of Jedi Ezra wants to be, because right now he hadn't figured it out. And it was good that Yoda stepped in, otherwise he would have become one out of revenge. Now he's realized that he wanted to become one out of the desire to protect the people he cares about, to not let what the Empire did to his parents happen to anyone else. And then the scene where he actually got the Kyber Crystal was awesome, just seeing like the whole room disappear and just become stars, and actually having the Kyber Crystal look like a star, that was insane. So yeah, then we have Kanan, and he is becoming super interesting. I love that the Bad Batch even showed him off, and that we actually got to see him losing his master, because I can only imagine what it must have been like not knowing that going into this show. Because like right now, everything he does is so evident because he is not a trained Jedi. It makes so much sense that he basically had to fend for himself as a Padawan. What age would he have been? I feel like this is something they could connect over. What age would Kanan have been when he lost his master and had to fend for himself with the whole Bad Batch thing? Would he have been the same age as Ezra right now? And now the difference is Kanan actually did have to fend for himself and learn for himself. Now Ezra actually has someone he can learn from. But it does make them very similar if the ages line up like that. Yeah, I love that Yoda even had a talk with him and just got to let him figure out that he is quite afraid himself, and that's holding him back from being able to teach Ezra more effectively. He's afraid that he is not going to be a good teacher because he was a Padawan when his training came to an end. But of course, that doesn't have to be the end of it. You can still teach him the basics. You can still be a good teacher and get him to at least where you got him, and then he can probably teach himself from there, or you can teach each other and progress like that. The fact that his fear was stopping him was such a good way to just let Yoda come in and develop him. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what their dynamic is going to be after this, because I feel like they're very they're close to being very close, if that makes sense. They definitely have a father-son relationship. They're trusting each other. They're doing all of this, and they're very much becoming Padawan and Master. I'm looking forward to see if they do get a closer relationship and it becomes more like the family that we're seeing in The Ghost, where Ezra does become like Kanan's son. Because that is what Qui-Gon wanted for Anakin. He wanted to be Anakin's father figure because he knew he needed it, and then Kenobi had to become the brother when Qui-Gon died, and that's what ended up messing with Anakin. So actually having a Padawan with a father figure could be really interesting, or like just a parental figure in general. Then we have Sabine, and her stuff mainly happened in episode 9, where she was very adamant in getting involved with Ezra's dilemma of not wanting to find out what happened to his family. He was just ready to blame the Rodian, didn't want to forgive him, and just wanted to move on and just not accept the idea that his parents might be alive, which we haven't been confirmed or denied yet, so they could still be out there. But Sabine wanted to step in and basically get Ezra to find out. That is interesting, because you don't do that for someone you don't know, or someone you have no relation to with what they're going through. It clearly sets up that Sabine has family issues or parental issues. I think that she has something going on with her parents, which puts her in the same situation as Ezra. Maybe her parents are gone as well, and she does not know what's happened to them. And given the chance, if she was put in Ezra's situation, she would jump at the chance to find out what happened. So she's finding it hard to understand why Ezra isn't pushing it away. That's why she was fighting so hard. Because if she was in that position, she'd want to know. And I love that they're built on Sabine and managed to just give her more depth. So we now know that she was part of the Imperial Academy, she left it because of some kind of nightmare, and now she has parental issues. So already just loving this character and how much they've been able to do with her over the span of just a few episodes. And the Grand Inquisitor has been absolutely amazing in these two. Seeing him go against seeing him in physicality and not the illusion, that was awesome. Just seeing how he dominated both Kanan and Ezra again, so they're clearly not ready to take him on. Then he is the one that's technically teaching Ezra about the dark side. Kanan hasn't done that yet. That should be something that is done so they at least know and are aware to look out for it. That's something that's so evident, and yet the only source of information Ezra is getting on it is coming through the Inquisitor. So at least he has some kind of positive impact, but he is such a good job at just being a villain. His demeanor, his attitude, and it's just so scary, yet he finds so much joy in it. Like, his smile is incredible. I mean, I absolutely love Ezra's scene with the Force creature thing, not only because of that, but because of the lighting that they used for the Inquisitor, where he was holding one blue lightsaber in the other, one hand, and a red lightsaber in the other. That created such a good lighting effect on him. And then Ezra's scene was absolutely insane, being able to control such a giant creature already after just learning how to do this. Yes, it was dark side, but it's also the effect of what the Inquisitor is telling him, being afraid, saying that his master and him are going to die now. It's that sort of thing. The Grand Inquisitor is pushing Ezra into the dark side so that he can train him. That is what he's doing. He's seeing that there's potential in this Padawan, and he wants that to become an Inquisitor. So it's cool that we're getting to see that motivation for him, and that's his goal at the end of all of this, to recruit Ezra. But I do love that when the creature did attack, he struggled. So now we know that he isn't as great, but he is, but he has a weakness, or at least he can be defeated. The creature did put up a good fight. Of course, the Grand Inquisitor did win, but it shows that he is just another person that they can take down. He isn't impossible to defeat. You just got to be creative with it. Now, I absolutely love the lightsaber at the end. It's so good, and so I feel like it's so telling of what Ezra is. The fact that his weapon, the thing that Anakin basically said to Ahsoka, is her life, that she has to defend and protect. There's so much symbolism behind the lightsaber. Ezra's is weird, and unlike any other we've seen, plus it's made up of parts from all the crew. That is his life now. I just think that's so telling of what Ezra is and where he can end up going. The fact that it's weird and different in general just shows that Ezra is a weird and different Jedi. That is his thing. He's training from an older age, he's super powerful, and he's training in a time where his master is a Padawan himself, and he isn't fully trained. So it's all that kind of weirdness and what on earth Ezra can become. And then you have the fact that all the components were made from his family. It is a family thing. It's the attachment. His weapon is basically going to always remind him of his family if he ever leaves them. It's so good in just showing how connected he is with all these people, and it's so different from any of the other Jedi we've seen. Like, yes, we saw with the David Tennant droid with Ahsoka, we've seen how different the lightsabers are for each Jedi. I remember the wooden lightsaber, that was huge. And now we have this, where it's such a weird combination of all of these people, and that is Ezra's life. It's so telling, and I think it's so much like just foreshadowing what kind of Jedi Ezra will eventually become. They're doing so many seed work here, planting so much information in whatever Ezra is going to be. The temple itself was also really interesting in just seeing that, first off, one exists after the Jedi have fallen, but the purpose of it is intriguing to me. I thought that at first the skeletons were there after maybe they hid there and they got trapped inside when the Empire took over. But no, those are Jedi that have stayed there because their Padawans haven't returned. So this whole place is a Kyber crystal thing. This is where you go to get for Kyber crystals. So that means there's two places now. This temple and the icy planet. But then why would you need this temple compared to when you have the icy planet? The icy planet was a lot more convenient for the Jedi that were left on the outside. It wasn't a master and apprentice thing because it was just Yoda and Ahsoka that brought the bunch of younglings there. So I'm assuming this place is a whole lot more ancient than the recent Jedi Order that we've known because if it was the case, this is where Anakin and Ahsoka would have gone to get their crystal, or her crystal. But she went to the icy planet. I just think there's a lot of mystery around this temple, and I hope that this isn't the end of it, because that just seems weird that this place exists when it feels like the Jedi have moved on from it, that they didn't use it. It was a lot older. Like the skeletons we've seen, they're bone. Even Luminara wasn't bone yet. So this place is super old, and the fact that no one took out the bones, that's telling. And the fact that it's on this planet is I don't know if it's convenient or it sets up more things. What else is this planet? Is it like some kind of Dathomir place where it has a bunch of Force connections? Why is it that there's a temple here that gets a master, specifically a master and apprentice, that gets a Kyber crystal when you have the icy planet? It feels so weird, and I feel like there's so much more going on here. And this temple is like the, I guess, hint or beacon that there's weird stuff here. As for what's next, I feel like we've passed the mid-season thing. We've gotten a good idea and look at all the characters. So now I would assume it's back to training. I want Ezra to learn how to use the lightsaber. I don't want him to just get off and go straight to being able to use it flawlessly. He needs to train. And through that, hopefully, they can train to beat the Inquisitor, because that's still the development thing, and they're nowhere near that yet. So there's a lot that still needs to be done. You have the Fulcrum thing still in the background, and that thing's building to something. First, it was just leaving shipments behind and then leaving. Now coming to the door and handing over someone. So Hera's actually met this person. And now Ezra has a lightsaber that he needs to train and deal with the Grand Inquisitor, Agent Kallus, all of this stuff. Plus, the planet is about to get a mass production thing of TIE fighters. So this is going to become a hub of Imperial activity. That is their home base. So a lot of stuff is going to happen and they need to prepare. So I'm excited for all of that. But yeah, overall, I think both of these episodes are both incredible. Seeing the part 2 of the whole Empire Day thing, that was done incredibly well. Just seeing Ezra come to grips with the Force and just face the dark side, because that would have always been a huge thing. That was his first taste of the dark side, and I don't think he liked it. He said he felt cold and he didn't remember it. The memory thing, that's a really good thing. He didn't actually remember how powerful it was. So I love that episode went into doing all of that. You had stuff with Sabine, dealing with all of that stuff and just giving her more things to do. And this episode went in fully dealing with Ezra, what it is with him and the Force, what does he fear, what's keeping him from being a Jedi, and actually showing him what he needs to do and where it all needs to come from. And then getting him a lightsaber was, of course, the cherry on top. And now he can fully progress into the Jedi that he wants to be, with, I guess, even Yoda's permission. I'm just really looking forward to all the issues that Ezra and Kanan are going to have to run into in all of their training. It's going to be so fun to watch, because Kanan is a Padawan. It's a Padawan teaching a Padawan. It's not going to go over easily, and I think it's just going to be so fun to see how they manage to get past all of these little things. Because Kanan is doing exactly what his master did, and saying exactly what his master did. He's not coming up with anything original to teach, but of course, we don't know if any other master did that. Like, that is their biggest issue right now, and I think it's just going to be so much fun to see what kind of Jedi Ezra ends up being when this is his situation and this is how he has to learn. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next video for episodes 11 and 12. See ya!